So, hello everybody. Despite that technical challenge at the beginning, it's nice to be with you, and thank you for hosting Ibexa. Just to introduce myself, I'm a digital marketing manager for Essilor. I'm based in Paris. I'm part of the European digital team. I think the best way to describe my role is more like a full stack digital marketer. I'm responsible for the digital strategy, the technology implementation, and supporting or consulting on the digital marketing run, such as SEO, media, etc. I've been in the company for now 4 years. I started in the UK, in Bristol, and before that, my background is predominantly based in e-commerce. Today, I'm going to present on behalf of both Essilor and Kaliop. Kaliop is our supporting development agency. I'm going to use some of their slides that they shared with me, so I'm going to try to do as much service to them as possible. Kaliop are a leading web development agency located in France. They are a specialist when it comes to the Easy Ibexa platform. Their three main pillars of expertise are digital and technical consultancy. I know from first-hand experience, UX and design, and of course, an expertise on multiple technologies, such as web and mobile experience, the app ecosystem, progressive web apps for real-time web-based content or online digital experiences. And also now they're moving into the headless world and utilizing API strategies to deliver content to businesses wherever they want to be. So together, Kaliop and Essilor have been on a journey to transform Essilor's strategy. So just a little bit of information on Essilor before I get into the project I'm going to share. Essilor, for those who don't know Essilor, we are a ophthalmic lens manufacturer. Ophthalmic lenses being the lenses that you put in your glasses. Essilor is the #1 lens manufacturer globally. I think it's fair for me to say every 2 lenses globally are Essilor. As a company, we have a culture of innovation. We lead the market by continuously innovating ophthalmic lenses, whether that's a single vision lens, a progressive lens, a sun tint, all the way to transitional lenses. We significantly invest in R&D, so 200 million every year goes back into R&D budgets, and we're always trying to push the frontier of good vision for consumers. We work with our distribution channel, which is independent opticians mainly, but we also work with e-commerce, key chains across every country globally. So we as a company, and I'm talking for the European region, had a clear strategy to innovate our brand experience. As you can probably start to question, okay, lenses, I understand that they functionally help people see, but I can't remember the last time I went on a website to look for more information about lenses. And that's exactly what we wanted to transform. Being the global leader around ophthalmic lenses, we have a strategy not only to support our partners, but also to have a presence and a conversation with the consumer. And we wanted to reinvent our strategy to be a B2C to B strategy. So we are supporting our partners by bringing new footfall into their practices that have been qualified with education and understand a little bit more about lenses, but also have a relationship with the consumer and support the growing need for more information around eye care, what choices are available to them. So in terms of the 3 core project challenges or strategies we wanted to achieve, first and foremost, how do we bring a brand experience around education? So education of eye health. How do we support the recommendation of a lens? Because when we know that most consumers do not understand lenses technically, or that there's even a choice in the type of lens, we need to be able to provide a personalized and recommended solution to consumers. And third and foremost, the way you buy these products is within a partnered optician. So we needed a third pillar, which was what we call the store locator, where we can present and advertise our partnered opticians on our website. Our challenge at Europe was that we have 23 countries under our European umbrella when it comes to digital. Before this project, those 23 markets had 75+ websites. So every brand had a website. And our strategy was, okay, we want to use the Easy platform to consolidate all of these websites into one global Essilor website and create a website factory. In order to do this, we needed to find a solution, a technology to help us consolidate and achieve this. So where are we today? In terms of the platform, we have been able to consolidate everything under the Easy platform. We have targeted 23 sites, as I said. Today we're at 18. For those who've worked on a multi-language, multinational content factory like this, you'll know that translation is a challenge. So we're still working with some of those markets that have unique languages to bring them on the site, but we're at 18 and we're going to be at 23 by the end of this year, which is great. We have 30 plus different back-end users across Europe. And one of our in parallel strategies is to increase the amount of users we have on this website. We don't want it just to be a platform for digital marketers, but we want our brand teams and people who have responsibility when it comes to marketing, communication, and content to have access to this website factory in their local country and contribute to the website. Currently, we're seeing around 250,000 unique visitors a month, but we're already seeing this get closer to 300. When it comes to development, the development challenges for the project, we needed to think about 3 different verticals: the core development itself, the hosting, and then the deployment. So when it came to the development, we needed to create a solid foundation, a solid code base that we could build from the bottom up. And so that's why we utilized Easy. It allowed us to build this single code base and then position 23 countries on top, so that every time we wanted to release a new content type, a new feature, we could do it once on the single code base and then choose a country or deploy 23 times to bring that agility and that quick deployment process. When it came to hosting, of course, when you're talking about 23 countries, that means, and 75 plus websites, you could think about 75 different types of hosting solutions. So we consolidated everything under a single Amazon Web Services infrastructure and a set of applications. And from thirdly, the third pillar, which possibly is the most important, what was that deployment process to make this strategy as easy as possible? Well, our partners Kaliop built a deployment script using the Easy infrastructure to allow us to quickly provide translation files, a single config file, and then within a few days, we could roll out a country extremely quickly, and also leveraging all of the accumulated features that had been built previously. So for example, we launched the UK first back in January 2019. By the time we're talking about Spain, that will be this year, Spain not only gets the website, but all of the features that we've developed since then as well. So if I was to summarize the project in a nutshell, we worked with Kaliop directly initially on a design sprint. So we spent a week in Montpellier, which is where their offices are based. We worked together very closely on doing a classic design sprint, thinking of all of the challenges, thinking of all the different use cases, the classic mock-up designs, thinking of the different ways that we can engage our users, what's the best architecture, best infrastructure for Essilor internally. After this, we defined an MVP. This MVP was then shared with the development team. So we created an agile Scrum approach with a core development team, with ourselves at Europe as the product ownership. It's fair to say that this was also a process and cultural transformation for Essilor using this project, because it was forcing us to think more agile in the way we approach the website. And then we respected a very quick timeline to go from the MVP to delivering from the design sprint to delivering an MVP and launching the UK. And we did this within 8 months. So a full website, which could be scaled up very quickly. And now we're already at 18 countries. If I take a step back and I talk about the choice of Easy platform and the choice of Kaliop, well, okay, we're based in France, and Kaliop is a leading French agency in the French market, but it wasn't just that. Kaliop has a leading experience with the Easy Publish platform. They've already delivered over 100 projects. Kaliop and Ibexa have a very close relationship which is both technical, commercial, and that gives Essilor what I would call a vertical relationship with all providers. We not only have a relationship with our tech agency, but also we then have a strong relationship with Ibexa directly and through that vertical of Kaliop, which was something that we really wanted to leverage with those two partners. And of course, Kaliop had experience of delivering this scalable factory, which was extremely important to Essilor. We were unable, for example, to build a single domain with subfolders of languages for a number of reasons. So we had to go down this single code base, single infrastructure that allowed us to deploy 23 times. And this is something that the Kaliop team had very good experience with. So when it comes to a little bit more information why we chose the Easy platform, we actually started this project a long time before. We started the project with 5 countries initially with the original Easy platform, and we scaled up to the Easy Enterprise. And it was actually because of the enterprise solution that we wanted to scale up and move quickly on this project. For the reason that is, not only did we want to have 23 countries all utilizing one code base, one infrastructure, but also you have to consider that when you're going from a decentralized approach to a centralized approach, you impact culture. And so when a country has a particular way of doing things, has a particular way of controlling things from a budgetary point of view and deployment point of view, this impacts the relationship. And with the Easy Enterprise solution, we were able to leverage both the landing page editor and the content suite that Easy provides. And this was a strong reason for us moving in this direction, because not only were we able to build static templates for the core user journeys that we wanted to build, but we were able to give our markets that we were asking to come into a central process. We gave them the freedom to still work on the content that they wanted to do, utilizing the landing page editor, and we built custom components for those markets to do so. So Easy Platform Enterprise, a solid technical solution for both Kaliop and Essilor. So in terms of an open source solution recognized by the market, for Essilor, I'm already seeing us leverage this. So for example, we utilize open source technology on our core platform. Right now, for example, we're implementing Vue.js for a configurator that we're building. So one of the key touch points we're trying to deliver right now is to allow a consumer to build a lens, to interact with that lens and save it for themselves. In terms of the native multi-set and multilingual management, of course, I think it's been quite clear in the presentation that this was necessary for Essilor, but recently we've leveraged the Easy platform to create a common, what we call the common library, so that the central team is able to push consistent predefined content into the common library, and then markets can come in, access that article or that product page, translate it directly in the Easy platform, and then multi-position it onto their content tree. This is a solution that we've innovated recently, and if I calculate it correctly, it's brought about 5x improvement of time. And finally, in terms of the API proposed by the Easy platform, this is something that we have been leveraging now for a while. So we integrate with the Salesforce CRM suite. This is how we do our marketing automation. And we're also currently integrating with the Easy API into B2B infrastructure as well. So we're really now starting to build that core B2C to B strategy using these technical bricks, and we're leveraging the Easy API in order to do so. In terms of business benefits and ROI of the project, I think you can imagine when you're talking about a large organization like Essilor, when you previously had 75 plus websites that have media budget, have content budget, have different agencies developing things all through the year. And then as soon as you transition to a central solution with a central product owner, a central roadmap, and then bottom up budgets, you instantly see a very, very quick efficiency save. Not only in budget, because you are now spending budget once, that gets deployed into a platform and then is equally split 23 times. But also you have an efficiency in time. And I can't stress how important that is to a company the size of Essilor, that when you have markets doing things 23 times, times by the number of brand websites, and all of a sudden you roll into one, you've saved an incredible amount of resource in the company. In terms of marketing, we're able now to deliver very consistent strategies. We're able to use the Easy platform to do our audience segmentation that brings efficiency in our media approach. And as I was just summarizing earlier, we're now starting to deliver, now we have almost 23 markets onto the platform. This strategy of centralization, consolidation has nearly been completed. We're able to now maneuver towards a more ambitious roadmap where we're developing features on the Easy platform for targeted touch points. So as I said earlier, we have a lens configurator because we know when it comes to lenses, a classic product page doesn't quite cut it because it's quite a technical product. We want consumers to engage in that product. So we ask the consumers, we will ask the consumers to engage through building a lens, and that lens can be emailed to them and they can take that to the optician once they've booked an appointment, for example. So overall, if I was to summarize with a few words, Ibexa, the technology suite that they have and we have leveraged has allowed us to scale very quickly as an organization to a consolidated, centralized approach. It has helped us in two ways, from a technical strategy, but also from a cultural strategy. Indirectly, I would say, by leveraging this technology, we as a company have had to transition culturally into a more agile approach. And we have seen a relationship shift with our market. And I don't mean a top down or a bottom up, it's a collaborative approach, because now you're building something for 23 countries and everybody needs to have a say on matters. And finally, with Kaliop, for me, Kaliop is, we've been working with them now for 5 years, but Kaliop is not an agency to us. Kaliop is a remote team, in my opinion. We have a very collaborative and close relationship with them. We respect the agile principles where we're speaking every single day, trying to conquer small tasks, small features, sprint by sprint. And over time, we've developed a level of trust together where we see each other as business partners or almost as the same team. So that's me. I've done it in 25 minutes, so I'm more than happy to take any questions from yourselves.